Welcome guys to my creative corner. This is Claudette, where I create projects using stamps, inks, paper, mixed media, embellishment, and a whole lot of joy. Today's projects will be creating a card using paper napkin. And I got this paper napkin from the dollar store, and I thought it was so beautiful with the leaves. And I saw different people did the technique of creating cards with paper napkins. So let's get into our project. If you're new to my channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button as well as the bell icon so you can be notified when I upload my latest videos. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. So these are the napkins here that I got from the dollar store. So when you open up, you have like two prints. They had different sizes. These are the rectangle shaped ones. They also had the square ones, but I wanted to go ahead and get the rectangle ones. And they had several designs to choose from. So with this, you could get 2 cards out of this one because they have the 2 different designs. Sometimes you have the square one and they have 4 different sections with the designs. It's 14 napkins in this pack. Let me tell you what's so good about creating your cards from paper napkins. So if you don't have certain inks, if you don't have certain specialty stamps sets, like for Halloween for instance, and you want to create some Halloween cards, go out and get you some paper napkins with the Halloween decorations and create your cards. So what I went ahead and did is I cut these designs, these sections out. So I'll be bringing in my guillotine trimmer, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut this napkin down. You could use your scissors, guys, if you would like. I just find that this is so much easier for me and cleaner. So this napkin is 2 ply, so we're going to go ahead and split that, take that 1 ply off of there. So what we're going to do is start to just pull it there with your nail until it starts to separate. So once it starts to separate, then you're going to gently pull those sections apart. Next, what I'm going to do is get a piece of cardstock, and this is in our very vanilla cardstock. This is measuring 5.5 by 4.25, and I'm going to get some double-sided tape. So this big roll of tape I got from Amazon. It's 5 inches by 164 feet. So let's just roll that out. Then I am just going to take my cardstock and lay it down here. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut that out. And just take my scissors with the longer blade, which is going to be easier for you to cut. Put our roll up And your scissors do get sticky. And I learned a tip from another crafter is you take some acetone and you clean those scissors off when you're done. So I'm just going to take my bone folder and rub along the cardstock so it could stick well to the double-sided tape. Then what we're going to do is take the backing off of this. Then we're going to bring our napkin in, and you're going to take your napkin, and there's several ways that you could do it. You could put this over this, or you could put your napkin down face this way, and then you could take your cardstock and go ahead and glue this down to your napkin. So whichever way you would like. But with it being up this way, and then your napkin here, you could look at your design and see it better. So I'm just going to spread it out and try to get it down without too much wrinkles. Now I'm going to take my bone folder and just smooth that over. Flip it on this side. Make sure that's nice and sealed. And if you have a silicone mat, it's good to just do that on top of that, just in case you have any of the double-sided tape to the edges, so it won't kind of stick down on your surface area. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to bring in our trimmer once again, and then I am going to cut this down. So I'm going to cut this down to 5 1/4 and 4 inches. And I intentionally left it a little long. Had to make sure it's even on all sides. So that's cut down to 5 1/4 by 4 inches. Make sure that's nice and smooth. And even if you get some wrinkles, you have the leaves, it have the wood grain here, so it would fit right into that. So the next thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to bring in a scrap piece of paper. So I'm going to get some shimmer in this, and I'm going to be using our Shimmer Paint. And this one is in the Frost White. And we have some little spritzer bottles. And this is filled with 70% of alcohol and just a couple drops of that paint. So I'm going to go ahead and spray this on my card to give it a little shimmer. So that's why I put the scrap piece of paper down. And with the alcohol, it'll dry pretty quick. So I'm going to put this on this side, and I am going to bring in a piece of cardstock for my sentiment. This is measuring 3/4 of an inch by 3.5 inches. And I am going to bring in some early espresso ink. And I am going to use the sentiment that says thanks. And this sentiment is from our Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. And I love that they're bold and they're large sentiment. So I'm using this sentiment here that says thanks. This is a nice stamp set. It's so large that it comes in 2 cases. So I'm going to go ahead and ink that up in the early espresso, which is like a dark brown. Then I'm going to come in with our triple banner punch. And I'm just going to make a flag tail to that one of the sides, not both. So I'm going to bring in the base of my card, which is going to be in a very vanilla. And this is measuring 8.5 by 5.5. And then I am going to fold it down at 4.25. You could also score it at 4.25 before you fold it in half. If you guys are getting any creative value from this video, please go ahead and smash the like button. So next we're going to bring back in that top layer that we created in the napkin with. I don't know if you could see that nice shimmer. So if your paper didn't dry, you could always use your heating tool to go ahead and dry that. So and the reason why you want to use double-sided tape with this is because if you use like a liquid glue, you don't want your napkin to tear or wrinkle too much. This, if it did have some wrinkle, you could kind of smooth it out here with your bone folder. Okay, so what we're going to do is take some multi-purpose glue and stick this piece of cardstock down to our base. And this is such a nice feel. It have like a silky feel to it. Next, we're going to go ahead and get some dimensionals and pop this sentiment up. Then we'll add our little tag down. Then I'm going to bring some twine in and we'll add a little bow to that. So I'm going to try to make a double bow. Just going to loop that twice. Okay, so I'll just cut this down. So we'll bring in our glue dot. And I'm just gonna, we just want to make sure that's rolled up nice and tight to the back. And add that there to our card. Then we're gonna go ahead and bring in some embellishments. On this one, I'm going to use the Flower Forever Season Gems. These don't come with adhesive to the back. You have to add your own adhesive. And I'm going to use the clear one. I think it'll make it look like raindrops. So I'm going to bring in my Take Your Pick tool. I'm going to use the putty side. And I'm going to get a couple of these. Just place them down first where I think I would like them. Then I'll add adhesive to the back. So I'm going to go ahead and add a spot of glue. And that will dry clear. I'll bring in my other card. And with this other card, I use the in color enamels on this one. So which one do you like the best? The one with the yellow enamels or just with the clear? A lot of times I leave the inside of my card blank until I'm ready to gift it. then I'll select the sentiment for the occasion for the inside. So this is it, guys. I hope you enjoy my tutorial today. Get out there and be creative. Thank you guys for tuning in to my creative corner. This is Claudette, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.